All right, everybody, howdy. We are in one of my favorite places in Northwest Ohio. This is Maumee Bay State Park. That's the hotel back behind me. So I figured we would take the boardwalk today and look at the lake a little bit too. Boardwalk's really cool if nobody's ever been here before, but it is very chilly today, about 28 degrees, give or take. So let's build up a little bit of some heat and start walking down the way a little bit. As you can see, Canada has imported their fair amount of geese here. They are noisy, but they're cool. But they do poop a lot. I apologize if the camera shakes a little bit too much, but out here by the lake it's kind of breezy and it's pretty chilly. I also am trying to do a different way of filming this time. I've got you on a little handheld tripod thing, so that way you don't have to, I don't know if this will be any better. Hopefully the audio will be better than the last time. I do apologize for that. See the remnants of the ice that's still hanging on. Yeah, they're just all talking to us. Hey, quackers! Well, don't stop talking on my account. Clouds you see over there bubbling up are from Fermi 2 out in Detroit. Nuclear power plant. Our Davis-Besse is more back that way. That's our nuclear power plant. I am undecided as to how I feel about those. Uh-oh, scared him. Whack, whack. Oh, look at him slide on the ice. Past the hotel over here. Stayed in the hotel more than a couple of times. It's a nice place. Starting to get a little dated, but you know, we'll call it rustic. I need to invest in a better microphone. I'm just using one off of a iPhone right now, but man, I wish you could hear this. There's an ice jam that's coming around the side and it's just pummeling the ice. Get down there and at least take a peek at it. Check that out. Oh, that sounds awesome. Hopefully you can hear this. But it is moving and grinding. It's like just big plates of glass getting ripped up. Super cool. I haven't really gotten to see it like this on a mini scale before. Really neat. Still don't like how cold it is, but this is cool to see. All right, let's get out of here. Try and get on the boardwalk so we can get out of this wind a little bit. Because the wind is just pounding on me right now. Okay. We're gonna cut across the grass here. And already just being away from the water, it's a million times better from the wind. A little squishy over here, ground's thawing a little bit. We did get up to 40 degrees yesterday, which was nice. Or no. Sorry, excuse me. We did get up a little bit warmer yesterday. Tomorrow is supposed to be like 47, but they're calling for rain. A lot of rain. so figured I'd take advantage of the sun while that big glowing thing is kind of in the sky. It is and it isn't here. Even when it is, it's not. But here we are up on the boardwalk. No pets. I think that's kind of lame. No skateboarding, bicycling, rollerblading, or scooter riding. Fair enough. And it was constructed. I remember when this place was built in '92. I was a little younger back then, but it was pretty neat. It's kind of weird to watch this place go from being brand new to being dated. What does it say about me? So what we're going to do here is take a loop. The whole thing's basically a loop, and if the boards have left intact, there are markers every now and again to let you know where you're at. I figured, since I'm trying to warm up a little bit and everything, let's take the run up by the lake and get to the lookout post. And for anybody that doesn't know much about Ohio, there's not much to know really, I will admit that freely. But what you're seeing here, with it very marshy and swampy, minus the freeze, this is pretty much what Ohio used to, well, this whole area of Ohio, whole Northwest used to be like, pretty much all the way around. We were known as the Great Black Swamp. In fact, town here, Bowling Green, Ohio, they have a Black Swamp Festival every year, or we did pre-COVID. But the whole place was just a big swampland, and back in the 1800s when people moved here, or I shouldn't say moved here, when they traveled here, they pretty much dug ditches and man-made lakes and just drained the whole thing, which is pretty astonishing, honestly, for just people. Speaking of people, oh, they're going the other way. Good. But it's pretty insane to think about. Oh, we're coming this way now. Time to mask up. Since we don't even have 4 foot of egress here. Oh, come on. Hello. And mask down. Yep, it's kind of there. Can't really say it, but this starts the loop. If any of you watched my other video, you're probably saying, this looks a lot like your other video, which it does, because this is mostly what Ohio is. Oh, more people. Kind of surprised. Masks up. Howdy. Alright. But this is mostly what Ohio has to offer. Dead, rotting trees amongst some living trees-ish. Although this has a nice boardwalk, so it makes the walk a little bit easier, and you can kind of look at the views a little bit better. And again, just like Winter Garden, the deadfall out here is astonishing. Look at all that. Like it just got lambasted. Now this whole walk should be about 2.2 miles. give or take, which isn't bad. Totally doable. I would say it's barely even a moderate walk, if you want to even consider it that. You'll notice me switching sides with the camera here and there. I'm trying to keep my hands warm, even though I have gloves on. It's still pretty chilly out. You saw how the others are dressed, and I'm not exactly dressed all that warm in contrast, but I'm hoping to get a little warmer as I walk, which is usually what happens. I said in the beginning of this video, this is one of my favorite places in the area to go, and that is no lie. I like this place a lot, actually. There's a lot of memories here, a lot of memories with people that are now out of my life, but fond memories here all the same. This is definitely one of those places that if I were to meet somebody and want them in my life, even if they didn't live here at some point or another when we visit where I came from, this is definitely where I would want to take them, just to kind of experience what my childhood was like to a degree. My parents were always taking us on camping trips and stuff like that when I was a little kid. And my hope, might not really worry about, well, I'll worry, don't get me wrong, but despite what COVID's doing, I might set up another little series out of this of me traveling to a couple of different states. As I mentioned in my last video, I want to relocate out of here sometime sooner than not. And I figure while I'm checking out other states that I might want to live in and or just to check out as a general thing, I might start making a little series out of that and can see parts of the United States through, I guess, an Ohioan's eyes. Somebody that's lived in the Midwest their entire life, aching to get out. I won't lie, the fact that this thing is popping and chirping at me every now and again does not instill a bunch of, well, I'm losing words right now. It's funny that I can always think of a million words until I turn the stupid camera on, and then all of a sudden all the words just escape my head. Seems to be a reoccurring theme in my life. Either the brain is on or it is off. Make no mistake, when it's on, it's almost mildly dimly on. Oh, check it out. Is Button Bush. This is something that the state would have been mostly covered in, or this part of the state, I should say. I need to be more accurate. But this is something that you would see a lot of. Evidently, button bushes were a thing, or they are a thing that a lot of swamps have an abundance of. Oh, there's a little bit of breeze coming out through this way. It does not feel good. I'm actually kind of shocked with the amount of trees that are down out here. This is much more. I was out here over the summer, and this is a lot more. That windstorm that I talked about in my last video must have been pretty devastating out here, which would make sense since we're by a lake and the winds can really ramp up out here coming from Canada. By the way, cheers to all the Canadian people. Love you, Canada. I really do. Just wish you were warmer. Although with that said, I have heard that the West Coast is a lot warmer than the East. Be nice once the borders open back up, and maybe I could take a run up there and see what British Columbia is like. I've heard good things. Ooh, that's sinking. Evidently there's a wood duck. Oh yeah, well, if there were ducks here, that's where they'd be nesting. Oh, don't like to hear that. I guess that would make the video a lot interesting if my foot went through the boardwalk, but I'd prefer not to do that. Call it a thing. Oh, another walker up here. Have to mask up. Howdy. My guess would be that a lot more people are utilizing these parks with COVID. Oh, I hit my exercise goal for today. Just in case you heard the ding. Bird. Sorry, sometimes I have an attention span that can only be measured in nanoseconds. Points if you know the movie that I just quoted that from. I will apologize for my stifling nose too. It's just so cold, and when that breeze starts coming up, it just makes the nose just start to run, you know. But I will try to keep it to a minimum and wait until it's dripping down my face like a 3-year-old. Another fun fact, all this stuff that you see out here, this is an Asian grass of sorts. This stuff is not native at all, and it's actually eating up all of our cattails. It's just highly evasive and invasive, and taking up all the real estate that the cattails would have had. And it all happened from people planting this crap in their backyard and thinking it looked pretty to cover things, or just look, you know, I mean, don't get me wrong, it does look good, but seeds just fly everywhere. And it's been amazing to watch over the last 10 years or so how much this stuff has just taken over everything. You can still see cattails sometimes, but they're getting rarer and rarer to see. And I will say that this is my first time actually walking this boardwalk in this cold, or this much cold, I should say. So usually I'm used to seeing it in fall when there's still kind of leaves on the trees, or as they just came down. But seeing it like this, there is a stark beauty to it to a degree. This is something that I would prefer to visit and experience that way as opposed to living with, but we're all different. I know a lot of people that love living up here, and they love winter, they love the cold. I'm kind of more the opposite. I like the summer. I like being able to do stuff and not have to worry about, you know, dying. At least from hypothermia. Though I am starting to build a little bit of heat in my body from walking, so that's good. Alright, we're coming to the lookout point. I need to keep making sure that my audio is still going. I shot another video a couple days ago, and after 10 minutes the audio ducked out on me for some reason, which is why I'd like to invest in an actual proper microphone at some point or another, so that way I don't have to play these games anymore. Here we are again. Oh, there's people up there. Darn it. Well, we'll walk up just enough so you can kind of get the idea. Or maybe they'll start walking by the time I head back up there. Then we can get a nice little look, give you a view. You can just barely see. We'll get a better view once we get up there, but there's the Spillway. They've got it all built up. This place used to be a lot higher. Oh, looks like a beaver dam, but it's not. Because there are no beavers here. Sorry, Canada. We're not taking your beaver problem. Alright, this is going to be fun. There's a lot of people. What we'll do, mask right back up again. Howdy. Enough to say hi. Alright, we're almost there. Oh, it just feels so good for those few seconds when you can get out of the wind. Here we are. Dig your eyes into all that. And I'll say straight up right now that I apologize that my GoPro is fairly old and not the best of quality. But one does what one can do with what they have access to. So now what I'm going to do, set you guys down for a minute. I'm going to take a few pictures. Out of my frozen thumb. Come back, people. Trading hands. That right hand has got me pretty cold. Alright. Head back into the thicket where the wind isn't so bad. Ooh, ice crackage. Hasn't really gotten cold enough here to really get thick ice, but it's definitely gotten cold enough. Like, I mean, there are parts I could probably stand on. Not gonna do that, but probably could. I do like this place a lot more too than, I mean, don't get me wrong, Winter Garden's a cool park, but there isn't any civilization around here. Once you get out here in the middle of it, you can look in every direction and you're not going to really see much of anything other than the hotel or anything that revolves around said hotel. Which is cool. It's just civilized enough to be able to walk and enjoy, but be completely out of the way. was an actual bit of a drive for me to get here too. But it's going to pale in some of the drives that I'm going to be taking prospectively a couple of weeks, but it really depends on what the travel restrictions are going to be in the state-by-state area. I know that I really wanted to go out to Colorado and check out Colorado, Denver area and whatnot, but I know that they have a very stringent lockdown in place right now, so that's kind of off the table for the time being. I did want to go to New Mexico as well, but they're kind of in the same boat. Also want to go to Arizona, but to get to Arizona you gotta go through a bunch of states that won't let you be there, or will trap you there when you get there. So I might just head south and get into some warmth, get into Tennessee. I know it's not exactly warm, but I guarantee you it is warmer than it is here. They're not going to see any of that crap on the ground. But I think Texas is still open. I'd like to go to Texas. A few places out there I'd like to, some big parks and stuff like that I'd like to check out. Continue this on. So there might be double videos coming with me in the near future. One on traveling to places and what the city's like, and then another one with trails and all that other stuff. So bear with me if videoage takes a little bit of time. I'm still kind of new to editing, and my laptop isn't necessarily the newest of the new, so that render time takes some time. Actually, it's not, well, yeah, it is the rendering after I get everything all done. If the audio is bad in this one, the next video will definitely be better, I promise. I'm gonna invest in some sort of a microphone or some sort of lavalier microphone. Oh, more people up there. Kind of slow up the pace. Let them do their thing. Actually, here, let's take a quick peek at this. You can see those little wood duck sanctuaries all over the place, which is cool. Oh, you guys, you have no idea how much warmer it got just since I'm in this area where the breeze can't rip right through me. So much better. Wish these people would get moving. Reminds me of the deck that I grew up on when I was a kid. Creak and grunt. Or sometimes what my bones do in this day and age. Creak and grunt. Sun's starting to get low in the sky. So let's do a sit rep. Of course, somebody scratched out the "you are here" thing. Pricks. But I do believe we are right there. Screw it. We got time. Take the other outlook. This is one of the few parks that I'm going to try and get the entirety of this entire walk on. Because I think it's cool and worth it. Alright, I'm going to try a little something different with the microphone here. So apologies for all the noise that's probably happening right now. But tucking this into the shirt is not easy. There we go. We'll see how that works out. Oh. Bird. Looks like that might have been an eagle of some sort. Small one. Probably a hawk, though. I'm not a good bird person. Alright. Here we are at another lookout point. This is actually a really nice place to be in the summertime, just to come and take a sit and hang out. I do miss the sound of water through here. That is the part that's kind of missing. Just all you hear is the reeds clacking together and the breeze kind of shuddering in the distance. That's about all you get. Oh, I'm finally starting to be not cold. That's a big plus. I am trying on some new walking shoes today too. I decided that I'm either going to be hip or old. Take your pick. And get some laceless shoes. And I will say right now, they're comfy. Comfy and they're nice walking, and it's weird to have something that you don't have to lace up that just holds right onto the foot. I dig. Alright, we're back up where we were. I think we'll get done with this just in about the time that the sun starts going down, where it would have been a little bit more difficult. Now they were looking at something over here. So let's see if we can see what they were looking at. I don't know if it's anything worthwhile or anything that would... Oh, no, there's a little dude hanging out down there. Little bunny. Oh no, woodchuck. Hey, chuckers. Or is that beaver? Do we have beaver? Nope, that's chuckers. Hey, chuckers. It's little baby chuckers. Hey, buddy. How are you? Little guy. Well, you just don't care at all, do you? Got anything to say? All right, floofball. I'll leave you go. Good to see you. Well, that's what they were looking at. Cute little guy. I do love aminals of all sorts. I do have a cat, but I've had dogs in my life and many other cats. I've fed a lot of outdoor animals. Had some raccoons that came around for a while, but don't know what happened with them. I live in the city, so it's kind of rare, but there was a baby opossum that showed up in the back door one time and fed him until he moved on his way and found Mrs. Opossum or Mr. Opossum, whichever way it went. Now here we are back in the woods again. Deer. Hang on, let me get a spot in here so you can see them. There they are. 3 of them. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of them. Holy crap. I'm gonna set you down so I can get a picture. Hey guys. Oh, baby deer. Alright, gonna pick you guys back up again. I don't know if you'll be able to see them all. There are a couple of them looking at me. Hi guys. I mean you no harm. But there was a baby walking over here. Oh, that's a bigger one. There's another one. There's just all sorts of deer. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 deeresses. Oh dear. You guys have a good night. They're just sitting there looking at me. Oh, there's an 8th one. 9, 10. Jesus. Oh my God, there's more. All right, hang on. Let me come around here and you can get a look at the other fuzzy guys. Oh, see them back there? See their little white-tailed butts and then the gray younger ones. How you doing? I'll let you go. Don't maul me. That's the other reason I like this park. You can actually see some wildlife and they seem to be pretty cool. Or at least they don't freak out, which is a plus. Don't know about any of y'all, but I am so sick of these short days. Yesterday it seemed like the sun never even came out. It was so dark and dismal. Today it's kind of out. But those dark clouds behind the sun that's starting to drop always tells me that winter's gonna smack us in the face again. Alright, set rep number 2. Let's see if this map's all messed up. No! This one you can read. We're in location K. And we don't want to go out to the parking lot yet. Nor did I park at that parking lot, so that would be a heck of a walk back. So we are going to take, I don't know if you can see that, but it says parking lot. And that's what we're doing. We're heading back. Part of me wanting to do this too, just to put all the cards on the table systematically as I keep this series going, is I do kind of have a depression anxiety problem that has, let's say, gotten in my way more than a handful of different ways and times, and affected relationships with people and all sorts of stuff. So my hope, oh, squirrel, crazy squirrel. Oh, just so you guys know too, that is one of the cabins that you can actually rent here. They're pretty big. I forget how many you can sleep in there, but it's really big. They're really cool. You can kind of just inject yourself in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of nature, and hang out and enjoy. Anyway, sorry, ADHD brain. What my hope is by doing this will help me deal with anxiety a little bit more. Because I will tell you guys straight up, you have no idea how anxious I was even uploading that first video. Seriously. It's probably starting to get too cold. But anyway, as I was saying, and keep getting interrupted by, my hope is that this will help with my anxiety a little bit. and help me get over a few things that I seem to have been just kind of stuck in for a bit. And hopefully that will help me not be so constantly alone all the time. I kind of half mentioned, well, I didn't mention it in my other video because the other video got screwed up. But I am a musician. I do play a lot. I am a big music person and I play a lot of music, and I'm thinking about for New Year's Eve about doing a live stream either here on YouTube or over on Reddit, one of the two, and playing some punk rock tunes. Last I streamed a couple of weeks ago. That was kind of an acoustic gig that I did not really prepare for at all, and truth be told, kind of came out not so great. So what I'm thinking about doing is doing more what my wheelhouse is, and cranking up the git fiddle and playing some electrified punk rock tunes. So if there's anybody that's getting into any of my stuff at this point, feel free to look me up. I'll definitely make some social media posts. I do have a Instagram that I've been posting all these pictures to, and I usually link that in my video description, or if not link, there's at least the way to get there one way or the other. I'm not good with all this internet stuff, people. I'm getting there. I'm one of those people that avoided social media for a very long time. I was kind of into it with the MySpaces, but when the face pages came around, it wasn't really my jam. So I've been out of it for a while. But I'm starting to figure it all back out again. Just, guys have added a lot of stuff, that's all. All the videoing and the picture taking and all the editing that goes into all that stuff. Not everybody has that amount of time. But hopefully when I go on my little road trip, I'll have a little bit more time for the editing stuff. Can make something look a little bit better than what I've been doing. We'll get there, right? We'll get there. It's all a process. And if anything else, if nothing else comes out of these videos, I'll have a nice little video diary of all the places that I'm going to and like and all that other good stuff. Oh yeah, by the way, I will never ask any of you to like, comment, and subscribe. You do that if you want to. I don't care what you do. I'm not here to tell anybody what to do. I never liked being told what to do, and I don't like telling people what to do. Pretty clear cut. Might have to do a little bit of editing on this video because that last one was pretty long and I'm sure it wasn't as entertaining as it could have been. But then again, this is supposed to be the run down the river, so maybe I'll just upload it in its entirety anyway. Screw it. I'll start making some entertaining videos in the future. These are kind of more informational slash, hey, how you doing type stuff. We'll treat them as a handshake. How about that? This should look familiar. Kind of already came up this way. There's only one more leg to go, and that's over by the nature center, which I'm sure is closed. But we can at least head that way and then loop back around through the parking lot. If anything, I can walk up by the hotel and you guys can kind of get an idea of what it looks like, how big it is and everything. Will say if you're not native to Ohio and you stumbled across this video and you want to come out to Ohio for whatever reason, Maumee Bay is definitely the place to stay. You're kind of just dislocated enough that you're not in the middle of anything, but drive 15 minutes and you're in the middle of, well, something. I'm not going to say everything because Toledo doesn't have much. We did have some things before COVID, but, you know, COVID kind of took most things of value away from any city. So it is what it is. Oh, I can just hear the ice starting to move. Got that creaking pirate ship vibe to it. All right. We are at E. Where is E? I think someone took away E. So we're going to go this way, because this is not the way we came. The ice seems super thick over here. Or at least rightfully thicker than it was anywhere else we were. You can hear it creaking over here too. That's cool. So what we'll do is we'll walk over here to the nature center really quick and just give you the quick and dirty on that one, and then we'll walk back up that way, and that will take us back up to the lodge and back up to my truck, and I will head home. This whole walk should, I think it's going to take me about an hour. I'll have to double check. Might actually be a little less than that. But I did kind of stop a little bit and poke around. I didn't keep the flow going. Can't switch. Stopping. I'm going to assume it has something to do with the cold. That's what I'm going to work with. Are you on right now? You are. Good. I'm going to have to invest in a better camera. So here we are at the Nature Center, or Demonstration Wetland Rain Garden, as the sign says. And sometimes, what was it, last time I was here, there was a baby raccoon here just mowing down on all the bird seed that had fallen off. Oh, there we go. So we are closed. And if you were, well, I'm sure nobody was wondering other than plumbers, but that is literally the septic system for the bathrooms. You flush your shit and it literally goes right out here to be composted. All right, on the return. Somebody's coming around. There is a gigantic golf course out here too. On the way out, I'll shoot some more video of the exit just so you kind of see the lead up to this place. So if you're a golfer, this would also be a good place to go play some golf. Oh, that tree came down pretty recently. And that one not so recently. These guys have, like that dead one's been sitting there for literally decades. I can't even tell you how long I've seen that thing just sitting there dead. We are at B. So we're going back up to A. Yep, we got bat houses. Bats are great, except when they're in your hair. It's kind of neat how all the wood just piled up on itself. I'm assuming, not being that smart of a guy, but I assume that's from when the ice started forming up and the wind was blowing at it. It just kind of pushed it and locked it there. Oh, it's more of these ball trees. Bushes, whichever. They are pretty cool when they're blooming instead of just looking like dead old nutsack. I hear people. I will say that's new. That piece of wood has not been in that tree for decades. I don't remember that at all. But points. You found it. You got it, bud. I can't tell if they're coming into the trail or not. Or if they're just running up. Because I prefer not to have to put my mask on. Especially since we're almost there now. That's kind of cool. Almost there. Yeah, we're not even going to look at that one. Don't need to. Oh, and the kids are playing. Still think the dog's cuter. So here we are coming up along the front of the hotel. It's literally where we just were. But as we swing over this way, you can kind of see how big this place is. Go out here in the parking lot. People loading in for the night. I do miss staying here, but staying in a hotel needlessly that's literally just a handful of miles away from my house doesn't seem smart right now. If I was hundreds of miles away, that would be totally different. Well, people just want to park right where I'm walking, I swear to God. And so, this brings about the end of the video to a degree. At least I'm pretty sure there's not much else to see. We took the majority of the way through it. Or actually, we took all the way through it. And I'm sorry for all the splicing that's going to go on in the video. It's cold. The camera doesn't like working. It's pretty simple. But I will see you guys in the next video. Thank you all for watching. And let me know if any of you watch this, if you want me to change anything. I can and will. Till then, bye. Alright, as I said, this is the lead out / lead up, whichever you prefer. Shooting this through my cell phone now because I don't know what's going on with that GoPro, but it's not happy. But with that being said, that's the golf course. Only place in Ohio you'll be able to see actual hillage. And there's a beach over that way with a gigantic hill to sled down when there's snow. But unfortunately we don't have snow, we just have cold. Because Ohio. There are camping areas here too, as the sign states, which would go back that way. That's where all the camping and beach stuff is. And over that way is the exit. So, I know I already did my outro for this video, so